be fuck Amazon? Is he that dumb?
No,
Could
because
be
fuck
a
Amazon
song.
was.
Could
Fuck
it be
Amazon had those weird vibes.
fuck Amazon? You weren't a big fuck
like,
Amazon guy?
I was, but he had some weird vibes, you know.
You think fuck Amazon was a serial killer?
I mean, I don't know that. Might be a stretch.
Potentially.
Potentially,
I think-
potentially, yep. I feel
He
that.
seems too oblivious of everything to be a serial killer.
Could be. He could be
Like
good.
serial killers are meticulous and like cautious and shit like that. But
He was
just
a
actually
fuck
stupid.
Amazon was a goofball though.
Yeah, he is.
He's a
was
good goofball.
Yeah, he like didn't cause trouble. He was just a goofball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Didn't he send you his essay?
Yeah,
I think
potentially.
I don't know, one time. Yo, you want to read my essay?
Yes, yeah. He said, "Oh, can you like grade my essay or whatever, or something like that?" Or he was like, "Hey, I'm not good at writing these. Can you read these?" I helped Amit get. I wrote or I read over Amit's like college entrance essay. So there's that. Yeah.
Is that why you didn't get into anything?
He got into the school he applied for. So.
Who's capping? Did you post the podcast yet?
Yeah, I mean,
You're about to.
It's posted, so.
Mm.
We're live. Alex Gray, go Giants. What's up, Alex? How you doing?
Go Giants. Super Bowl sleeper.
You think
Don't
so?
think I voted for you for that, but Super Bowl sleeper.
Low
Don't
key,
remember who I
he's gonna
voted
probably
Yeah,
beat
let's
me or
watch
you in
it.
the first round, so I don't think it's Cap. I don't think it's Cap at all. Oh my! Wait till you hear these playoff scenarios that we have to look at. Wait till you hear these.
for. We got some juicy stuff going into Week 17.
It's ridiculous.
Mm.
It is ridiculous. Nasty edits. How we doing? How are we doing?
Wouldn't be rejects if it wasn't.
Right. Okay, so I just want to start off with a question. So I know a lot of you guys are like from the Midwest or Yankees or whatever, but barbecue where I'm from is North Carolina style, vinegar based. It's pretty good. Coleslaw usually comes with it. Actually,
I love
but I do
southern-based
prefer.
barbecue.
Yeah, no, it's good. But actually, I prefer like the Kansas City style, Missouri style. The tomato, it's like a tomato based sweeter
Ew,
kind.
no, you're fucking weird. No, get that shit out of here.
I like both. I mean, I grew up on North Carolina style. I mean, I've had that shit my whole life. But and I'm eating one right now. But I do like the other one, like the Missouri style. No, it's like Memphis style barbecue. Like, this shit's good.
Yeah, I don't know about that one too, Chief.
Who won the AFC? Why is it Colin? That's weird because you're predicted to be the 5 seed right now by Daddy League. So talking about winning the AFC, it's kind of
Wait,
weird.
Daddy Leagues has like predictions.
Well, no, but they have his ranking.
Not exactly.
Oh,
All right, we've got a Texans force loss, so he's gonna force win. Hopefully some sauce injuries, huh? You know,
Yep.
something like that. We're hoping for that. Bucks Lions FFR still hasn't responded, but it's all right. It's okay though. It's okay.
he's a good guy, right?
He's a good dude. He's tanking, so it's fine.
Everyone's been there.
We've actually got Jack and Sporty. Low key, we can advance after their game. The rest of these have been decided.
Hey, if
It's
there's
a
no
live
time
competition?
schedule and there's no implications,
Good old Bear Sim.
that's the green light.
Awesome. So if you're watching, advance will probably by the time we're done with this, and they started already too. Trevor told me Sporty was up 35-21 when we went down to sit down and go over the things.
That's so.
Which really would have no, it wasn't true, but it would have
No,
fucking
I would have
If it
absolutely.
was true, it'll put Jack in a weird, odd situation next week against me.
Well,
It would have been
wait till
winner
we get into
nothing
that. I
for
think
Jack.
we're gonna. You guys want to go in and we'll show them the brackets. Should we show them a blank bracket first, or we'll just go into what we have here? So
Let's get
Yeah.
right
the
into
playoff
it.
picture is weird. Did I send? Oh, I didn't send you these graphics, Mike. Let me send you these.
Mm-hmm.
You saw
I
that
mean, we
one.
can just watch the YouTube stream.
All right. So this is not confirmed, but
Most of it is.
should be.
Little difference in seeding,
Should
maybe.
be. So what we have, we'll run through. Falcons are a lock for 1. We think the 49ers are number 2. And then I calculated out between me and you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I have more division wins than you, I'll get it because we both have the same NFC record. So
Oh God.
Yeah.
that's what we figured. So we're going with me at the 3 and you at the 4. Alex Rocks, we're predicting to be a lock at 5. And then this is where the weird shit happens. So this is
Yeah.
assuming Jack wins against Sporty. And then basically, if Boof makes it, so the 7th seed is going to be Boof versus Rabble. Whoever wins that game is going to get in. So if Boof makes it, Jack is the 6th seed. But if Rabble wins it, Rabble is the 6th seed and Jack is the 7th seed because Rabble has the head-to-head over Jack.
So Rabble's sitting in the 7 seed spot right now?
No, Rabble is number 8 and Boof is number 7.
Oh, okay.
Whoever wins gets that spot.
But
But in the event that they both have the same record between Rabble and Jack, Rabble has the head-to-head.
Yeah.
So that's how that side breaks down. And this is where it gets even weirder here for the AFC. We have no idea who is going to win between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. I just can't figure it out. Everything matches up. Everything is identical.
Yeah, no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Yes. No idea. So we've calculated both of them in there. I think they're both a similar enough player that we're going to do fine.
Yeah, except for the fact that I think if the Swayze Wealthy matchup, I think Swayze wins that, but I think Colin loses that matchup if he's in there. So that's where it differs for me. So just let me know that if it's Colin facing Wealthy instead, I think Wealthy will pull it out. So let it be known.
Right. So that's what we got there.
Yep.
We also have a weird thing. So the Jags are 3. Browns are... Sorry. Savage is low. We're projecting him to win the AFC East. Or NFC West, I should say. AFC West. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because we think he's going to beat Rapid Raven. He should win. Yeah, Fig has to win. And this is assuming a Jay Savage win. So Jay Savage would be our 4. Colin and Swayze, whoever gets that, the short end of the stick there is 5. Matt is 6. And then 7th seed is between Colts and Titans. And we're assuming a Titans win because Colts has to play Jags next week. So this is assuming Colts loses to Jags and Titans get in.
You have to remember Jags is without Gardner Minshew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But he also runs for 300 yards a game on the ground. So I don't know if
that's true. That is very true.
Right. Yeah. Who knows? My
Who knows?
Not popping up on the
screen.
Spencer
has these random games where he does really well and beats people, like Swayze, for example, this season. So I don't know. It'll be interesting for sure. But this is what's the most likely scenario for our playoff brackets. When something different happens in the grand scheme of things, it's probably not going to change anything really. So we're just going to roll with this.
But who knows? Who knows? Chat's not popping up on my thing, and that's sad. I don't know why. Because it was working last game. But this is both of ours assume Titans get in. I think because that was more likely of the two.
Swayze said Bengals Giants Super Bowl, please. So
yeah, I have it pulled up.
I don't know.
I have it pulled up, but I just don't have
40-47. Alex says Saquon's out for their game now, so maybe he's just way better than Swayze because he does Saquon.
All right. So if we go into this, you can see what me and Trevor have conjured up there. Not bad. Not bad. I think there's a couple differentials in ours, but I don't know how much in the grand scheme if they don't go out. I think we were talking about this and we said Peyton is the Falcons. He said Falcons have a soft schedule. I think
Very soft.
Falcons might be good for a first round knockout. Might be good for it.
I mean, listen, if his toughest opponent was you and the entire year, and he had nobody even close to that afterwards, then I think him playing Milky's gonna suck for him. And Milky was his dad last year.
Alex Rocks can beat him too. That's assuming an Alex Rocks big win. I mean,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is the bailout king. That game is going to be closer than people think.
I'm just gonna
He's
say
a
this: if
bailout
Alex
king.
Rocks or Milky, whoever plays Peyton or whatever the lowest seed, I feel like as long as it's not Tommy, J-Dubs, or Booth, I think the other team's probably favored, just because Peyton has had such a soft schedule and hasn't had the preparation. I'm not doubting his skill. I just don't think he's had the competition to get his game up.
Right.
Which is a
Trust me,
fair
I agree with what you said during the last podcast about not playing anybody all year. It's definitely gonna be a factor.
Yeah,
No,
I
yeah,
never
for
thought
sure.
about it, but
It's like
you do need to get.
There's
trust
plays
me,
you
it
can't
is. There's
get away
just
with. There's stuff you can't get away with against good users, and you forget about that when you don't play one for a long time. You can't I'm gonna run this play after shot.
you get into a rhythm. You start getting bad habits that you can get away with against not so good users, and sometimes it's just how it is. Honestly,
No, it's
no other way to put it. Actually,
Actually, looks like we might be able to advance, so we'll see. You guys are gonna have to wait to the end of the stream, though.
of course. We
Um,
have to do stat checks again.
Allo's busy. Yep. We got to do stat checks.
Technically,
Yeah,
stat check
that's
season again.
Yeah,
Favorite time of the year.
Right. Okay, so football team, Alex Rocks, we previewed that one. Mine is assumed. Trevor assumed Booth gets in. I assumed Rabble gets in.
The only reason I say Rabble, like I said in admin chat, it's, in my opinion, that game's a definition of a coin flip if you just look at the users. But just because, based on the simple fact that Rabble has a lot better team.
Right, Rabble can
That's
throw it
the
up to
only
Michael
edge I
Thomas
give to him.
and run it every play with Alvin Kamara. It's actually quite hard
He
to
does,
stop.
no,
That's the only
Yeah.
reason why I give him the edge.
Yeah, and Rabble has a far superior team. That Panthers team is not.
Yeah,
very
but the
good.
fact that he barely beat you after recovering 6 fumbles, I mean, that is ridiculous. Like, I guarantee you, if Hangry plays Milky and gets 6 fumbles, he probably blows out Milky. Like, 6 fumbles? Are you serious? And let's assume, how many of those were touchdowns?
2 strip sacks, and then he had each of my quarterbacks both had 2 strip sacks each. Sorry, so it was 4 fumbles, but 4 strip sacks and 2 picks, I should say. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it pays to be lucky, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good or skillful, whatever the hell you want to say.
That's very true. Very, very true. Defense can just clamp sometimes. It's weird.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah, so, I mean,
now that you think about it, I actually think Rabble might be I'm feeling confident in my Rabble pick now. Now that we've talked about it,
I'm starting to wear my Booth pick, but Booth has had more playtime experience, so he might be able to get him, And I don't know, because I mean, sometimes trash lines.
Rabble has had a long time off, and he's only played 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
So he could still be rusty. You never know.
could still be rusty. But either way, I think that team probably loses to me. If I'm being honest here, in the first playoff matchup. I think
either way, who comes out and whoever's the 7 seed's not gonna get much further past the.
well, I think if I
first
play
round.
Rabble again and I don't have 17 turnovers, I think I'm good for it. I think I'm
Yeah.
good for it. Yeah.
Love Rabble, love Booth, but that's about the only
they
chance
could
they
be getting
have
my
if
head though,
something
because if
crazy
they
like
both
that
beat,
happens.
Well,
if either one of them beat me, would be a nightmare for him.
Oh my
They
gosh!
wouldn't
Can
shut up.
you imagine?
They would shut
Jack
up.
would
They
just be
they
like,
would
"Oh
not shut
yeah,
up.
I got lucky, so I'm not gonna say anything."
Yeah,
Okay, I kind of want to play
We can
Jack
work on
though.
it.
I haven't played Jack in a while, and Jack beat me the last time I
Hey,
played him.
listen. No one had. Everyone forgets this. So, so Jack has beaten me, Milky, and he also beat.
He beat me.
Jack?
He beat Mary J. He beat almost everyone in the NFC that was like top.
Gotta remember, the
top.
Eagles are, for whatever reason, they're always one of the best rosters in Madden, but
G Squad.
In real life, you can make a
Dies
case
of Miles
that they
Sanders,
shouldn't
drags
be,
the Ertz.
but
Right. They're one of those teams that always lets down, like the Browns have consistently.
and the Cowboys, but
Right.
that's
Yeah.
another story for another day.
So I think we all on our side have all of us pushing out of the first round and Peyton with the 1 seed there. Do you guys want to go to the AFC or do you want to do complete NFC and into the NFC and then go to the AFC?
Well, I want to touch up on the Alex Ross game though, because this is a game. It's like, I mean, listen, if we had you always see the outcome, right? But if you're looking at like percentages and shit like that, I would probably say it's probably 55, 45, maybe 60-40 Milky. But I mean, just a couple things happen. I mean, Alex Ross could easily win. I mean, they both had two
I don't know.
close-ass games.
When I played Alex Rox, he struggled against Ram Ranch. He struggled against Sporty, but he
also had
he played
one-score
lights out.
games against Swayze, me, Matt, you twice. I mean, he's been up there with all the tough guys.
I'm not really sure what that's all about. And I said, for whatever,
J-Dubs lost to Ram Ranch.
Say it in general a few times, but for whatever reason against me, Daniel Jones played like a freaking maniac.
Yeah, he didn't miss anything against me.
So, who knows? Who really knows? To be honest.
But I think we're gonna stick with those predictions. Let's flip over to the AFC side.
Okay.
I mean, starting off with D the Deed as the Titans against I mean, whichever team it is going to be, Swayze or Colin. I think it's going to be. Yeah. You got to take them.
Colin's the 1 seed in the AFC, correct? Is that locked in?
No. Wealthy's the 1 seed.
Oh, I thought Colin was.
When I looked in Madden, it had Wealthy as the 1.
Didn't they play? Or did they not play?
I don't think they played.
I thought they played in Colin.
They did play. Who won that game? Tell me our seeding's fucked up.
Colin, I think.
Oh, great.
I think Colin won. Could be wrong, but think.
Oh, that's awkward.
Awkward.
That's
it is what it is.
Whatever. Basically, we're looking at.
Either way,
those three teams are favored over D the D.
They're advancing. Whoever it is.
This is a good one. This is a good 3 versus 6 though. After that.
Yeah.
Jags Browns. Jags Browns. Matt is so people want to say Matt's like this good user, but a lot of people forget Matt chokes playoffs. He either loses first round or makes it to the Super Bowl. Is that wrong?
I mean,
it's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Not at all.
Right? He's lost to Gaster. I beat him in the playoffs. Yeah. Who else did he lose to?
He lost to.
He's lost to Colin consistently too. Yeah, anything can happen.
It's unfortunate.
The Browns are a better roster than the Jags, but the Jags are cheese.
Yeah, no, the Jags are cheese. But I mean, I just think that he's been struggling. And I think what's really going to decide this is if you look at this, what he plays Colin Week 17. How he plays in that game is probably going to be what's going to set the precedent for what I'm going to predict for the next game. Because he's gotten blown out like 3 times in division games.
Personally, Matt would be right up in that one conversation if the pass rush actually worked. Because to my knowledge, last year I'm pretty sure Myles Garrett was
a 25 sack player.
Suspended
times. If pass rush worked, I would have picked me to freaking go undefeated this year. So
yeah, it's like I don't know, maybe first round or throughout the playoffs it shows up and crazy things.
If pass rush starts showing up, then a lot of teams are gonna look better. I think Colin's team looks a lot better. Swayze takes a big hit because his O-line is trash.
Right.
Yeah, because you remember Swayze's the only one that's been generating pressure somehow. Like apparently he's been generating actual pressure, like not just sacks off people holding the ball, but pressure.
And I know Matt's one complaining about how his O-line sucks, and if I remember correctly against Matt, that was one of the only games where my D-line
actually has a decent O-line too.
That's one of the only games where my D-line got pressure. So it's I don't know.
Something's weird going with his O-line.
It's a weird thing.
It's
a fluky thing.
So if Matt doesn't get his shit together, Matt's got a trash O-line apparently. He can't get any pass rush from Myles Garrett. So that's rough. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly.
Chiefs versus Steelers, Bengals. I mean, either way, whoever it is, I'm going to take him by 30 points.
Yeah,
So
I'm taking by 40.
Yeah, Jay Savage is good for a couple picks, but you don't think he could make it close if he gets a couple bombs?
I mean, if he doesn't,
as long as he uses his
I would
brain,
say
right?
if he has less than 3 turnovers, he has a fighting chance just because of like what you said that offense. Yeah, you can.
I mean, literally, you have to back off the
Chiefs.
defender
Let's
like
be real,
30
it's the
yards.
Chiefs.
Right, yeah.
So,
Well, and he'll still get past him, too. Right?
Yeah, he will. With no pass rush, you can just sit there and just wait.
Yeah. Fuck.
Mhm.
That's right.
But, I mean, I don't want to be over analytical. I think it's still going to be.
I think we're overlooking
not
it. I think it's
Savage.
at least a 3-touchdown victory for whoever plays him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
There's not much to talk.
true.
That if we talk about is a ginormous if.
It's not a Alex Rocks if. That's a ginormous
No,
if. Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, for sure.
one of the bigger ifs you could speak of.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So this is where things get interesting here in this round. This is where these users are gonna separate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
might
know we
have
don't
one or
have
two
that
close.
many-
We might have one or two.
Yeah, we don't
Back
we
and
don't have
forth
that
ones.
many new guys, which is I guess kind of a good thing. But
It's a good thing,
The
but
new-
look at the AFC though. Who predicted the Jags and the Titans to come in and be playoff teams?
Yeah, I
true.
think those guys have a lot of potential. I think DPD has shown that he can be a good user. I think if he gets that
Yeah.
squad a little more exciting, it's really a
Yeah,
dull
I think he
team.
needs
It's
a
like they
little bit
rely on
better
the run
quarterback.
game.
That quarterback's been holding them back, really, and that's what he
Well,
mostly
the
is
problem
complaining
is it
about.
relies on the run game in real life, and the run game is so unpredictable in that. So if it doesn't work well, I mean that team is literally just built to pound the rock, and if you can't, I mean he's got AJ Brown, he's got
He gets him involved in there, but it's
Corey
not.
Davis.
You know,
I know
Derrick
in-
Henry taking over.
I know in real life that their defense is decent, but I don't know how good it translates.
They've got
I mean,
decent
you
corners.
got a Dory Jackson, and you got Kevin Byard, but other than that,
Kevin
you don't think you really have
Byard.
you don't have any pass rush. You got
but exactly
Harold
outside
Landry,
of
but how
that,
good is
what
Harold
there
Landry?
really?
Yeah.
You know?
No, Harold
Joel
Landry,
keeps
and
going.
remember they have Clowney too. They've got two good pass rushers, but
That's right. They
That's
do.
true.
how much is that going to play a factor?
It's a good point. It's a good point. But I don't know. I think he'll come back stronger next year. I think he'll probably takes a little dive around that way.
He's going to push for the division
you
next year. He's good for it.
He is. He is.
And I think
100%.
that'll be an
he
interesting
split
race
with,
next year.
It will.
100%.
But you want to move on to
You want to break
the
down the
divisional
AFC
round?
games after that? Or
yeah.
AFC? Did I say AFC?
So
I think my brain was thinking
we're
one
gonna start
thing, but I said another.
So just AFC. How about that? So Falcons, Milky. We have the same matchups on both sides.
Uh-huh.
So we got. I mean, Peyton versus Milky. Man, I really think that Peyton he might have improved from last year. Last year he had a God squad, and he never could really show up in the games, and he was always like second. He was like the second guy.
Yeah,
He
when
was
you
like,
have 5 all rejects teams players on first team
Mm.
on offense, not talking to anyone on your defense, sauce O-line when O-line mattered, he
yeah,
had one of the best teams in the game last year.
no, he did, and I mean, so, but I think that he's still good. He wasn't built with that same team completely, but I think at the same time, Milky has more experience. He has the credentials, and I think in the end, if Dwayne Haskins misses less than 4 throws, I think Milky's going to win this game.
Well, it's tough because the Falcons are a better roster. He has the offense.
Oh, he
Yeah,
definitely has
he-
the offense, 100%.
He has a better offense.
You're playing in a dome, though, so at least there's not going to be any weather for Haskins. Actually, it's a benefit. You'd rather be away than you would be home. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I know it's my game. I won't say much about it, but
I think that's like
I've
a
never-
42-35 game.
I
Right?
personally, I don't think I've ever played in a game that was more than 1 score against him. But
Yeah.
it's obviously a different circumstance now because
You don't have the
It's a new
sauce.
year, new league, new
Yeah.
teams. So this is his opportunity.
Historically,
to
it's been a
get
Milky
revenge.
favored matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no offense, Milky, but you don't look as scary this year. But I think no one does because it's really like if your defense doesn't show up, then You know,
Which, if anyone's been following me this year, it's defense has been a struggle
for everyone. Really,
no
for everyone, yeah. Actually been on this.
For everyone,
I mean, everyone's been struggling on defense, and really, that's half the game. So it's the separation between tier gaps and users. That's part of the reason why it's a lot lower this year is because of the fact that you can just fucking pass and run it well and just fucking.
Well, at the end of the day, I think anyone can beat anyone. Really, even more this year.
And I'll be completely honest. I don't have confidence in Dwayne Haskins. I don't have confidence at all in him.
You have confidence in Rosen?
I don't have confidence in Joe.
I don't know. I mean,
he's twice as good.
Haskins was playing all right, and then the past couple weeks he's just been. I don't know.
It's all right. I don't have confidence in Kirk Cousins either. So
it's weird. It's like a coin toss, and it just depends on how many coin tosses you win. You know,
it's true.
Like you can have 5 missed throws on third downs, and it completely kills like 4 different drives. Mm-hmm. And then in another game, you miss like the occasional drag, and it's fine. But it's just coin tosses, and it's matters about when they miss them. If it's a miss and a pick, miss and pick 6. Just a regular
is it one of those picks that goes into their hands? One of those kind of picks?
That
well, see, Jimmy G is good for it.
Oh, that's happened to me a couple times this year with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
not my 60 overall, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's rough. It's rough, bro.
And honestly, he has Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley.
Oh, they're sauce.
Yeah,
the tight ends. Cheese. He traded. He's got Gurley and he's got
even
the tailback he got from Trevor.
Even below 40 points. I think that's a win in itself. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna score. You've got to outscore him.
Scary Terry is gonna see a lot of targets.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. All right, so we both have milky, but we think it should be grindy, and it really depends on Dwayne Haskins' play. It's gonna be a lot closer than Peyton's previous playoff games. All right, now let's go on to me and Tommy. You guys want to start off this?
Oh, I picked Trevor to win. I don't have confidence. No confidence.
Gotta have confidence. For me, that's another coin flip.
I feel like it's going to be who has less turnovers.
Yeah, I'd say you guys are both, in my opinion, I think you're around the same, skill level.
But Trevor's thumped me, though, the past couple times.
Sometimes you're both prone to make stupid mistakes, let's be honest.
But we both have played at high levels before.
You have. You both played at a high level.
Higher
your rosters are
about the same.
Even,
they're good. They're good rosters. There's no holes in either.
Yeah, they're both good rosters. It's not like a.
Mm-hmm. It's not a considerable one like the Falcons.
On paper, no one has the advantage, really.
But, no, it is. Well, the thing is, me and Tommy have similar squads. We both have like one great weapon on offense, and then if you take that away, it's not as great everywhere else. Then we have our defense. It's really based on the defensive line.
Inconsistent quarterback play, inconsistent D-line play.
Slow defensive backs, and our pass rush defensive line's great, but if we have no pass rush, it doesn't matter. So
if I'm gonna have to pick someone, I'm gonna say I'm picking Trevor just because I think he's hungry and he wants to prove himself.
He's good for it. Yeah. He's good for it.
Yeah. Well, that's barring I don't lose to Boof in the first round.
To be fair, you could lose to Jack as well.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
I mean, dude, this year I feel like the gap is just so much closer than it was before.
Yeah, all it takes is a hit stick fumble or a Jimmy G overthrow.
Or 4, strip sacks, anything really.
Yeah. So let's see. All right, let's go to Colin. I guess we can talk about both matches for each one because we don't know which one's going to be because we have Colin and Swayze advancing on both sides either way.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think if it's Colin against Wealthy, I think he loses. Heck, you can look at their game, but you have to keep in mind, Wealthy was playing on a remote play because he had corona. He was stuck in his room. He couldn't go to TV.
Unfortunate circumstances.
He was playing on a remote play. Yeah.
But he still put up like a fucking. It was like 50 to 60.
It was 60 to 48.
Yeah.
60 to 48.
It's good on remote play.
But
definitely
I think
pretty
Swayze,
good on remote play.
dude, I mean, Swayze is just been on fire. I mean, I
He's
think
been on
Swayze's gonna.
cheese. Yeah, he's been straight liquid cheese. Yeah.
No, he has been Velveeta.
Yeah.
I think that he's been cheesing it going off. So I think if it's the Swayze, he's gonna advance. If it's
Yeah.
Colin, I think Wealthy advances.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I picked Wealthy over Colin, but I do think Swayze is the king cheese. I think Swayze's got tricks up his sleeves. I think he's got some sort of weird mutt shit up his sleeve that he's going to save for playoffs. But rules kind of get a little looser in the playoffs when these users come to play. I think some fourth down rules get kind of thrown out the window.
Listen, if you watched Vikings Bucks last year,
right.
you know about that one.
Some formations and plays kind of the money plays come out, because it's do or die.
It's true.
When money plays do come out,
and I think a Wealthy Swayze matchup is awesome. I think Wealthy's good for beating Colin, like you said, but I like the king cheese. I like the king cheese on Swayze. I think Swayze's got cheese up his sleeve, dude. I think he's waiting to unleash it. He's ready. He's hungry. He wants another chip. Remember, he is a season 1 champion, but that Bengals team is, very drastically different than Saints. But we'll see.
The good news for him, though, is Joe Burrow's already throwing way more accurately than 3/4 of the playoff team quarterbacks.
Right. Joe Burrow is like, he's in the MVP race. It's crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, if it's Spirit Daddy versus Colin or Swayze, I mean, I think either way, I think Spirit Daddy has, like, a fighting chance, like we said. And I think he's played well, but he hasn't really shown up against the top users, and I think that he's probably gonna get probably lose by 10, 14 points. He'll probably keep close, but a couple turnovers will probably make him chase the lead for a while.
He's cheese too. I mean, this AFC is a cheese fest.
It is
fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Swayze. He's playing Swayze, right?
It's Swayze
Perhaps,
or Colin. It's
maybe.
either Swayze or Colin.
I'm gonna take Swayze or Colin just because I don't know much about Spirit Daddy yet.
Spirit Daddy, he's consistent though. I'll give him that. It doesn't really matter who he plays. He's consistent. I haven't watched him play that much. Do we know if he has that extra gear come playoff time?
Well, really, do we know if he can run with 9 yards of carry with Adrian Peterson? Because I don't care who you are. If you can run for 9 yards of carry, you're probably going to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
You should. Unless, you run for 10 yards and then get hit sticked, but...
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you have to rely on 2 hit sticks. Just because, he's going to run for 10.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Him versus Alex Rocks would be a good game. I'd want to see that.
Yeah, no, it would.
But
but
there's a chance. There's a chance.
There's always a chance.
All right, so
we've seen
conference
improbable
championship
things in the past. Okay, so we've got
in the NFC. Yeah, me and Milky is what I predicted. So did you. Me and Milky.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I'm gonna lead this off by saying, usually I'm not as confident with my predictions, and I say like, oh yeah, I'll probably lose here, and in that stuff. And I almost picked him for the Super Bowl, but then I realized how much Swayze's been beating the shit out of people. If he's beating Colin by 30, I don't know if I have much of a chance I have. But
this is a big Swayze pod. Big Swayze pod.
It is. We usually don't suck him off this hard. Usually it's kind of anti-Swayze. But anyways, I think I actually am good for it this time. It's not because my regular season winning against Milky. I think I can put it together, and I think I can win this year. The gap's closed. I think when I don't make mistakes, I'm just as good as Wealthy and Milky. The problem is I do make mistakes. But if I can, like against Milky last time, I had the first throw I threw as a pick, and from there on out, I was clean. And I don't know. I think I'm good for it. I think I can win that game. If pass rush, dude, I'm telling you right now, if pass rush is fixed in playoffs, I'm winning the Super Bowl. But as far as we know, it's not. So I think I'm going to win this game. That's as far as go with that.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I'll be shocked if I even make the NFC Championship, just because my team's just not in a spot to compete right now at a high level. But
That's gonna hurt your draft
anything.
position.
Anything can happen.
Anything can
Good
happen.
for it.
That's for sure. But if we see J-Dubs in the chip, I won't be as surprised as I once was. You know. But
Hey, if
Tommy,
J-Dubs
what's
comes
your
out and plays like Tukey Jack, he can beat anyone.
Oh yeah,
Tukey
that
Jack,
is
he's
true.
good for it.
He
He's good
did.
for it.
He did beat both of us.
I said Milky. I said, I just say when it comes down to big postseason games, Trevor, no offense to me and you, we have a habit of choking.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
It's one thing we do share in common. Is we consistently, even though there's that meme, me and you, we just lose big games. We've never won anything.
There was one game where I legitimately did not choke, and I played my heart out, but it was not going to happen. The Milky Conference Championship last year, that one I feel like was one of my best games, and I still got.
To be fair, does anyone remember Trevor's season 1 playoff win versus Jake Witt? The 15-1 Jake Witt, might I add?
Yeah,
or was it 16-0?
It was 15-1 Jake Witt, and he had the Eagle squad that ran for 8 yards per carry.
Right.
And he had I had the
that
Giants
was
squad
an improbable win.
Trash.
No one picked you to win that game.
They did not.
You won.
I got a couple lurks, and I won the ball game. You know,
Right.
it was crazy.
That
it was
is,
a very emotional.
That is a big playoff win for you.
Very emotional.
I won the conference championship.
That was an emotional one. Yeah, that was. He was really emotional after that one.
No, I think I was 0-3 in conference championship in 3 straight seasons. 3 straight seasons. Yeah, it was rough. I kept getting into the big game and I couldn't win it.
Yeah,
I'm hoping this year I can at least make the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know.
And my thing is, until we win the big games, I don't know why people pick us. So that's my basis for the Milky prediction.
No, that's fair. It's fair. I'm not gonna be mad at you for it.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go to the AFC then?
Yeah. So, Swayze. I already had Swayze. Listen, if it's Swayze, even if I had Colin against, wait, it doesn't matter, does it? Does it matter?
It's
Whichever
basically
one, because I had
either Swayze versus Colin, Colin or Swayze versus Wealthy is who we're both picking here consensusly.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Swayze, regardless of who it is going to win. I think
Swayze smash.
He just hasn't been that turnover prone, and he's been running the ball well with Joe Mixon. And I mean, John Ross is a fucking cheeser.
He has been stat padding the shit out of Joe Mixon, and John Ross is like a top 5 wide receiver in our game.
I mean, I think it's. I mean, his offense was scary, and apparently he actually gets pass rush. I mean, Geno Atkins and Carl Lawson and stuff like that, and that's unfortunate for anyone else.
Geno Atkins is a postseason legend, might I add.
He is against
yeah, but he's not no 95 overall X factor where pass rush actually worked. So
right, I mean, he that Geno Atkins was at a completely other level.
That Geno Atkins is broken.
I don't know if Colin's watching right now, but just ask Colin. He still has nightmares to this day.
I mean, anybody in the NFC hated his ass too. You run quarters and he'd get there instantly because they'd just be single on top of the center, and you couldn't do anything to stop it.
Right. Yeah.
But
oh man,
yeah.
that
So
reminds me
what
of that
are you, Milky? Who's your pick, bro?
Call. Milky wins. Milky wins.
Yeah. We got some legendary moments in Rejects, but
yeah.
What about you? Who are you picking, Milky?
Out of Colin and Swayze, or
Colin Swayze,
Wealthy?
I have Wealthy in there.
Yeah.
Out of all who do you think's going to come out of that AFC then?
I think it's Wealthy.
I said Wealthy too, bro.
In my opinion,
Wealthy's been smashing.
I think Wealthy's the hands down best user in the league.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to remember, I threw 4 picks to him, and I still almost won.
It's not cap.
So I probably should have won.
You think?
I should throw 5.
I mean, that Bills team is kind of sauce.
It is kind of sauce.
That Bills team is better than the Bengals team on paper by a considerable margin. But that Steelers team is the best team out of them all.
Once you get to the once you get this far, all that playoff, not the awards XP. Once you get that immediately after, it's in the Pro Bowl. You get it.
You get it in the Super Bowl week.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's a big thing that's going to happen. So that's going to be a big factor in terms of because Dawson Knox is like going to be goated. I think
he has that. Wealthy's probably has the best user in the league.
And he's got Trey White on that defense. Yeah,
Trey White. Those X Factor corners are
He's got decent cover safeties that can play on their own too. Wealthy really
I
just
don't
has
know
to...
how Ed Oliver's been doing,
Ed
but
Oliver's like top 5 in sacks
he
in the
could
league
be
too.
he could be a
Yeah,
presence. So I
yeah.
mean, shit.
That's why I said Wealthy's moved the ball with Josh Allen. I mean,
I just
there's
think
no
Swayze's
one that
different the way he's been.
stopped Josh Allen
he's
all
had
year.
to play Colin and Matt, several times, and he's been handing it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Colin's been killing kids too, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
went with
I don't
Wealthy.
know.
I went with Wealthy. Yeah.
That one could be a coin flip either way to me, but I just think
At this point, it'll probably come down to who's playing hotter.
Yeah, I
or
give
better.
Wealthy the slight edge.
Yeah, okay, I agree there. So me and Milky are going with Wealthy on that one, and we have
I'm going Swayze.
Swayze. All right. So then, Super Bowl time. These are a lot of the favorites that would have been there. Trevor has himself in Swayze, and I have Milky and Wealthy here. I don't think any of these picks are wrong. I think at least 2 of these teams out of the 4 will make it to the Super Bowl. Out of 4 of those teams listed there.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting all fucked up.
Do you have any of those 5 teams we just talked about? Even I guess 6. Even I'll put you in there. Are good for making it, but
well, what I was saying is I really want to play you in the playoffs, Milky. Off topic here before the Super Bowl. We haven't played in the playoffs.
We haven't played in a long time.
We haven't played in a long time. Last year, I'm pretty sure we played a close game when we played. I don't think it was anything crazy. But
if anyone knows, going back to the good old days of
BFGO days.
Of a redacted league, and me and Milky were in the same division, and it didn't matter what the records were. Every game was back and forth. We would go in the mic.
Fallen week was just different.
Yeah. There was nothing like it. It was rivalry week for sure. That would be fun if we got that. For sure.
No, it's fun to watch. That shit was always crazy. It was like coin toss.
Fun times.
Unfortunately, Milky plays great against other people, and then Fallen just doesn't do that. So.
Mm-hmm. I play guys hard. If I'm on my game, I give you a good game.
Yeah.
For sure.
But,
good for it.
So who is your pick for the NFC though? Milky, if you had to make one.
I picked you because
you did? Oh, I was lagging around, so I was out of there for like 15 seconds. All right. Yeah. Well, I think I'm losing to Swayze. Like I said, his offense is crazy. I think I put up a fight. But he's been playing another level, and I don't think I can stop him. I don't think my defense is good.
Whoever comes out of the NFC hurts me to say, but unfortunately, I think the AFC. Whoever comes out of the AFC is going to win the Super Bowl.
I'm confident in the AFC guys. To be honest with you, I like that.
Yeah,
I'm confident in the AFC to win this, and we're all NFC guys, but I just don't know if any of us are playing as well as the AFC teams at this point.
No, that's facts for sure. But all right, so that's the predictions.
I think we both have AFC teams winning it.
Yeah, so you guys both picked Wealthy. I picked Swayze. So and if let me say this here, if it wasn't Swayze, I'd pick Wealthy too. So, I mean,
right. I think we're saying Wealthy and Swayze are the favorites.
I think Wealthy and Swayze,
and they're going to end up playing each other the second round.
That's the Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah,
that's the Super Bowl matchup.
The dream scenario. It was like the Patriots playing the Chiefs in the AFC Championship the last couple of years.
Yeah, like that was the game,
Jack said, "Why does everyone else have their team name and I'm just Jack? Milky's name is on there, so sorry." You thought you were special
because Jack.
Because you're Jack. We love you, Jack. I wish I could play you in the playoffs for sure. Oh shit! People are going.
We love you, Jack.
In general chat.
What's going on? I've been paying attention.
How good is Gastro? Solid.
Gaster. I think Gaster's probably around Spirit Daddy's level. Probably around
Gaster will be a playoff team if he sticks around and gets that team up to where
I think he
should
competes,
be.
but I don't think he's a lock. I don't know if you can tell me that
Well,
he's better than.
it's not a lock at all in the AFC,
Right,
but
he's got to beat out
but he's good.
consistently. I mean, he almost made it in this year too. For him, it's he's still got Titans and Colts that are.
He played Matt close, and it was his second game back.
Yeah, and because you've even seen, next year Rasco is going to be a guy that wins that division. Rasco's going to win that division.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Rasco's going to whip off at least 10 wins.
He's a 10 winner in that division.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
he's tanking. Is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
well,
the Raiders have extra
you joined
picks
in
this
as a
year,
team
no?
that's, 1-6?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here's gonna move on to the mailbag. The questions we got in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Colin being a clown. Peyton says, "How bad are the Falcons gonna fall off next year?" Listen, I predicted that. I think you're gonna go like 10-6, 11-5. Like your division is not good, so you'll rattle off. You probably go 6-0 in your division.
You're gonna have no problem winning your division every year unless
you're gonna
Chick-fil-A
be
comes back and takes
fallen
this team.
Alex Rocks from last year, where you win all the games you should, and then the games where you're not favored in, probably against the other one teams, you probably lose. I mean, you beat the shit out of Fallen though, so maybe you got that going for you. But I think because you only lost one game really. You got a fair sim to Tuki Goat that you lost. But I think you have like 4 legitimate losses, 5 legitimate losses. So it's not like a fall off. It's strictly the 1 seed.
No, I think you're still going to be a top 3 seed next year. But
for sure. No 1 seed.
Not a 1 seed, just because remember, all these guys, for you guys too that are listening, how Madden works is, and the NFL.
Every year.
The division leaders, if you're number 1 in your division, you're going to play all the division leaders, which is why you'll see some of these teams drop off because
which is huge, by the way, for the AFC South, because that team, they're also neck and neck.
Yeah,
and the AFC
play,
North.
What, me, Trevor, you already played Tommy, but I think for Fallen, you're the only one he's played, so
yeah. So the way it works is, the division winners play all the division winners in their conference. So, if you're third in your conference, but you're a tough number 3, you're going to have a softer schedule next year than the number 1 guy.
Which AFC North? How about that? Because listen, I think that what that means for the AFC North is they're just going to change division leaders every time because it's going to be based on schedule. That's what me and Jake Witt did.
Yeah.
Every time you had a guy with Swayze's going to have first place schedule probably, right?
Yeah.
Not as Colin.
Mm-hmm.
He plays the first team guys. He might drop 1 or 2 games from that, and then that difference is enough to make you a second seed, a second team or division or a third team instead. Yeah. And maybe Matt's got a third place schedule, so he only loses a couple division games and goes 14-2.
For sure. Yeah, that's something that's always interesting between the years is how that schedule plays. That's the difference between, if you remember last year, Mayor J had a year where he went 12-4, and the next year he went 4-12. Is that schedule? Like, that's one of the more drastic examples. But yeah, that's
that is the most drastic example I can think of.
But that's an example of how that works.
Yeah.
That Mayor J squad was goated too. I mean, Trevor Lawrence,
that was a hell
Micah Parsons,
a good schedule. Good team too.
Yeah. There's a lot of good teams readjust next year. There's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, a lot of sauce.
All right.
You guys got anything else?
Let's see.
More questions?
Check the mailbag questions. I don't know if anyone will come on. I don't think anyone's coming on. It's kind of late. Swayze said should Rejects have his own MVP player vote instead of Madden. It's like we have the Madden award that gets the XP and stuff like that, right? But how about we have like an actual MVP that wins an award by the voting of the users, and then maybe we give them like a couple attribute boost, instead. Like we don't make them Jews, but like since the people's vote, which the only bad thing is I feel like people say if like someone like Kyler, they're tied to Kyler winning it every year, they'd probably
we could do something where they get an attribute boost, but physical attributes are off the table for that.
Well, what you do is you just disable all award XP, and you you have a user voting there.
No, because then we have to do it for all the other awards too. I'd rather just make it like a. But like I said, it'd probably be safer from Madden than here because I feel like let's say Kyler winning his 6th MVP, dude. Everyone's be like, I don't want to fucking give him a boost. Let's vote this other guy, you know. So,
I don't think we're ever going to see a 6-time MVP again.
Well, I know, but people might not vote dudes because they don't want them to get the attribute boost. You know.
That's true. There could be some bias.
There could be some bias.
It's
like, oh, you want to vote this guy and give him +2 throw accuracy? I don't know. I play that guy. It's like the guy in your division or the other guy on the other side of the conference. Huh?
Yeah. That's for sure.
So, but I think we could just do it for a media thing. Like we just do it for like an official MVP and just have it posted. Yeah, just for the cloud. That should be good enough. Like should be good enough. That way there's no biases. There's people gonna be honest. Yeah, they do fuck with cloud. It's hot. You know what we can do is the winner, whoever has the most MVPs, we can make them a cover for next Madden.
I don't know why we didn't do that this year with the Kyler.
I don't know. We should have had Kyler.
Awkward.
Yeah, we should have had Kyler and somebody else. It's alright though. Khalil Mack and Mahomes is hot. Hashtag fuck BRO though for copying our scheme.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck them, bro. Especially when they're gonna boot Swayze. So it's kind of awkward.
Oh, okay. Alex Rock says he wants to come on. All right, Alex Rock. So what you do is you join Pillow Talk, and then we're gonna move you into podcast channel. So just join Pillow Talk. Not like I can say anything useful though. Then why would you say that? Why would you say that? You don't say that because now we don't want you to come on. We'll let you come on, but like, don't lead off with "I have nothing interesting to say."
You gotta have something interesting to say.
Yeah, something.
You can throw out a bold take. You can throw out anything, honestly.
Yeah. He's in Pillow Talk. Let's see. How do I move him? I move to podcast channel. Yo, what's up, Alex Rocks?
Yo.
So, do you have any interesting takes on the playoff bracket?
I mean, I think I have a decent chance to upset Milky. I don't know if I'll do it, but...
Yeah, we said that. We said it was...
We said it was 60-40, and I think that's generous.
Fair assessment.
Generous. I think that is fair.
40. I only lost in OT the last game.
Well,
yeah.
To be fair, you've never won anything in the playoffs. So Milky is like I don't think you understand.
I won a wild card against my day last year.
Okay, maybe it doesn't count though because he went 4-12 the next year.
Well,
That's like when Tukey Goat won a wild card game against RP.
He did, yeah. Yes, he did. He can confirm. Tukey
So
won
you
another
have the same amount of playoff
game
wins
too. I feel like he won another one.
Nah,
I feel like he has
Maybe
2 playoff wins.
Well, I feel like you're wrong. So we'll just skip over that.
He didn't.
Is there any? So aside from
I know for a fact
maybe
he
upsetting,
did. I know for a fact
can you,
he did.
Okay, well, shut up. All right. So do you have any other takes besides your game against Milky? You said you have a decent chance,
shoot.
but and I mean, look at this bracket. You got a lot of stuff talking about.
Give me a Super Bowl prediction right off the dome. Who is it right now?
Super Bowl prediction, I'd say.
Who plays and who wins? What's the score?
I think Milky gets to the Super Bowl.
You do?
Yeah.
But who's winning it? Who's on the
I
AFC?
know. I kind of agree with Fallen's bracket, Milky Bills, but I think Milky pulls off the upset in the Super Bowl.
Is it considered an upset?
I mean,
Milky
is
squad-wise
so good.
Squad-wise, but Milky is the undisputed champion of rejects.
That is true.
No one has more rings than him. Because we're not counting that phony Season 7 one that omit claims.
I mean,
Yeah, we're not counting.
I think Milky wins the Super Bowl this year, even with the Redskins roster, or football team roster.
That would be an accomplishment. Think of all the devs for his young players, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do you have any dark horses at all? Like anybody you could see surprising the playoffs that no one really thinks?
Who's going to be... there is room for a Gaster Cinderella story.
Yeah, there is.
For guys you don't know, 1 year Gaster had an improbable Super Bowl run and made it to the AFC.
Honestly, I think if Jay Savage pulls everything together, gets Patrick Mahomes up and running. Like I know that
we
sounds
said, we
so
said a dark
stupid.
horse, not literally a lottery ticket that you're just hoping wins. You know.
I think he can.
I think it might be beyond a lottery ticket.
You think so?
Hey, that's just my opinion.
Okay,
Maybe
well,
I'm biased because I played him 2 times a year in Madden 20.
You're right. You were full of a lot of
I think I've said it multiple times now. Crazier things have happened.
crazier things have happened. I mean, the fucking Titans went pretty far in the AFC last, and they had playoffs in real life. You know, Tannehill. But yeah, I mean, do you have anything else you want to comment about the playoffs, Alex?
Not really. Other than I hope the Steelers lose.
All right, cool.
You
Well,
said
now,
you have hate in your heart for Colin.
he's pissed.
A lot of us are praying on Colin's downfall.
No,
But Colin likes that though. Colin
He
loves
does.
you.
He does
talking
like
about
that.
him.
He does like that shit.
Yeah.
He does love it. He loves it. I don't. You know, I'm already sad as it is. I don't need anybody to hope I lose when I already am probably going to. You know.
That's sad.
Be like that. Yeah.
Well, I have a surprise for everyone. I just advanced the league, so I have to make game chats.
Interesting. Mayor J's drunk and probably passed out, but if he's down to play, I'm down to play.
Yeah, he was taking shots or something earlier, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was hammered at like 8:00. So.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, but he's probably out. But, who do you guys have for MVP? Who do you think is going to pull out MVP?
Do you have who's the top 3 if you know?
Well, I'm in the game right now. I can get that to you.
I haven't checked in a
I'm
couple
sure
weeks.
Mixon is in the top 3.
Mixon definitely is.
I have game chats up, guys. So number 1 is still Mahomes, still at 6-9. Mahomes is still number 1
with 40 pushing 40
Matt
picks.
Ryan is number 2, and Minshew is still number 3. Mixon 4, Garoppolo 5.
Well, Minshew's out for. He's out for another game. He's not going to play his next game.
Let's look at their stats. I want to see the stats here. Daniel Jones is number 1 in passing yards, but Mahomes has 43 touchdowns. Minshew has 15. Garoppolo has 47. Matt Ryan has 47. Not sure where Madden is getting Mahomes number 1.
It's just Madden. Ain't nothing.
Yeah, Madden's just dumb anyways.
So
rushing-wise, it looks like Joe Mixon's going to win the title. Because your top 5 are Mixon, Peterson, Gurley, Henry, and Cook. Zeke's up there. Rojo's up there. But receiving yards-wise, I mean, it's Knox. Thielen's number 2 by 7 yards. I didn't realize that was there. Ross is number 3 with 24 touchdowns.
Shocker.
Well, what are our sack numbers looking like?
They look
15.5
very
for
sim.
Chandler Jones. Tack with 13. Dante Fowler had 13 too as a cheese. Trevor was an interception cheeser. I know that. Yeah, Trevor's got 2.
Well,
guys up
listen,
there.
half those interceptions, Jimmy G literally overthrowing open guys.
No. On your defense. On your defense.
Yeah.
Were those just from Noah throwing it to you?
Possibly.
No, I got a lot every game. I mean,
I'd say about a quarter
You're
of
gonna
them
end up
are.
with the milky sauce deep backfield.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
All right. So, who wants to make game chats for this week?
It's a good question.
Well, not me. And
Jay Savage plays Rapid Raven the last game. Oh, Jack's here. All right. Do you got any last things, Alex?
John Savage has the division locked up no matter what.
We got Rappin.
So Fig is incredibly stupid. We're gonna bring Jack.
We got Rappin and Jack and Pilotalk. Gonna move either of those guys.
Yeah, Jack is in here. Jack, you're live on air for all the rejects. How are
you're
you going?
Yo, what's up? I got 2 things I gotta say. All right.
Oh, Jack is hyped. So Jack's been waiting to say this. I can tell.
I've been waiting. But don't sleep on my boy John fucking Savage. Okay?
Oh my
He
God! Here we go.
Beat anyone. I've seen him do it. He's the god. I don't know why you're coming at him like this, and You're just
The
putting no faith
rebellion,
in him.
the rebellion is just different than the
No.
rejects, bro.
Not about rebellion. He's got freaking Patty Mahomes, Tyreek. He could close his eyes and chuck up balls and he'd win.
I have never heard you this hype in my life. You always sound like you're known out your story.
I'm
Jack, are
very
you
hyped.
Tukey?
No
No,
comment.
there's no way.
This is live on air.
Good answer.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
So, is Trevor on game chats this week?
I mean, I guess I can be.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Just make playoff
Yeah.
games. I don't give a shit if for people to schedule that. I'm just joking. You can make whatever game chats you want. I have to take a piss though, so I'm gonna go off air. You guys are gonna have to carry.
So
Okay,
Jack,
what's
what are you doing?
Well, I'm just a little upset right now because all your so-called top users in the NFC, I ran straight through them, and I'm not getting
Oh.
respect.
we talked about that. We talked.
No
about
Yes,
respect.
but
But
do we
you
want
also
to talk
lost to
about
Rams.
who you lost to?
You know, a loss is a loss. It's behind me. I don't care.
No, so
Good
a
answer.
win. You're gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about your losses.
Obviously, why would I highlight the bad?
Okay, but then that means I don't have to talk about my loss to you, and I can ignore it.
Okay, but I'll talk
Me
about
too.
it.
I don't know what you're talking about though. I don't remember it happening. Probably was a fluke. Fair
I
side
never.
about it.
I don't know what happened week 1. It was my roommate played for me. Wasn't me.
Oh, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. You trying to play
Listen,
tonight? Or you
dude.
scared?
I'll play tonight. Unless you're fucking scared.
Don't go beating Milky now because you don't kind of screw up our playoff picture.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He's 2 games above me.
Join.
The seeding just will be a little different, but
Oh, yeah.
it really doesn't
Yeah.
matter once you don't have the 1 seed anymore, I guess.
No, it is not. Disappointing. I would like to have the 1 seed, but Peyton had literally a pillow schedule, so it was unfortunate. I would like to have the opportunity to play him for it, but it's fine. I mean, playing Booth first round isn't really the most challenging game, So or Rabble.
Oh, Alex Reft. He added me. I was about to say, why are you adding me while you're here? But he's not here anymore.
Yeah, he dipped out. He had like a few words to say. That's about it. But do you have anybody else you want to talk about, Jack? That you can.
Oh yeah, Jack.
Make way, please.
Give me a
Jack?
Super Bowl prediction. Who plays and what's the score?
Eagles, Bengals, Eagles by 32.
Oh my god!
Love the confidence. You just can't hate the confidence.
So you're predicting yourself to win 3 rounds, and then beat the Super Bowl champ, guy in the Super Bowl by 32 points.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm.
So what
doing.
happens
doesn't
when you
mean
lose in the
shit.
first round of playoffs? What do you do then?
I'm gonna get high as shit and cry probably.
That's awesome.
Respectable way to handle it.
It is a great way. I mean, Tommy handles it worse. We're gonna move. Here we go. So
Who
Rapid
else is
Raven.
coming in? Who are we going? Rapid.
Rapid Raven.
Rapid.
Yo.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Rapid Ravens 4-11.
Give me a Super Bowl prediction.
Oh yeah.
Who plays and what's the score?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
Oh
You can't
my
come in and just say I don't know.
You didn't
Jesus
come in prepared
Christ.
with that question.
It's gonna be Milky and Colin again, with
Again,
Colin winning by like 8.
that's fair. Remember when me and Colin played in the beginning of the season? It started with a bailout and ended with a bailout. So
That's kind of strange though. No one has said anything about Peyton or me for that matter. To be
because
honest,
Peyton got to earn it. Got to earn
That's
the
because
respect.
it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're that. We're
Yeah.
that. That's
I
the
mean-
thing too.
Listen, I understand Milky was a powerhouse last year, but I think people are forgetting the gap is closed. He doesn't have Kyler Murray, But I mean, seems like the people
The
are
only-
choosing you
the
as a
only
favorite.
issue-
Milky.
The only issue is he has Haskins.
That is an issue.
That is an issue I'm indeed believe in too.
Mhm. It's definitely a problem. It's definitely a problem.
100% a problem. He is doing his best job to not be the future of the Washington football team organization.
The Desperados.
We're going to win one more chip for the DC area and dip.
That would be strange to win a chip and then just leave. And just
We're
change, not
riding
even just change your freaking
Just
everything.
What do you think
See,
that
if Madden,
like?
if Madden would let
You
me
gotta-
stay in DC, I'd stay in DC, but,
Mhm.
you know.
That is going to be so weird having the Desperados and freaking, oh my god. It's so weird.
The fucking ring is gonna have a W on it. That's the crazy thing.
I'm so jealous, though. I'm so jealous.
The ring's going to W because we won the fucking game.
Yeah, facts.
Ever think of that?
I mean, yeah.
But I think the playoffs are going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. Playoffs are always fun.
They
Hey,
are
you know
Most of
fun
the time, they're
rapid?
close games. Most of the time.
I could cut the homie. I got no penalty for it.
So, Rapid, I'm curious. Yes, we're all aware that Trace McSorley's GOAT. But what was your thought process of starting a 54 overall quarterback in a game with playoff implications? I'm just curious of what the thought process
That's a
was.
good
I
point.
didn't want to get Herbert. I know it's like a little too late, but I didn't want Herbert to get fined or something for exceeding 30 interceptions.
How many picks does he have?
He has 30 exactly.
You
Yeah,
probably
you're
would have
good
been
for
fine.
4
Unless
more.
you came out and threw 10 the last 2 games, you probably would have been fine.
I don't
So you
know.
can cheese with them the last game.
Yeah, you should be alright. Should be alright. I'm at 28, which is strange. I feel like if I wasn't at 28, I'd be in the MVP, like, up front. Because I know it's like, interceptions don't matter that much, but if you throw a lot, it does matter. I've thrown quite a bit. I've thrown 28, so
Isn't Mahomes leading
Mahomes is leading. But he's thrown a
the
lot
MVP
too.
race?
I think he's thrown more. What is
He's like
he
top
saying?
3, I think. He's thrown 32.
He has thrown a lot, and he
Jesus
is
Christ.
indeed leading.
Yeah, that is
That's,
ridiculous.
again, just Madden being whoever has the most touchdowns, which I don't know if he does it or not, but if anyone doesn't know, that's just how Madden does it. Whoever has the most touchdowns
He
gets
actually
MVP.
doesn't though. He has 43 touchdowns. He has the most yards.
could be.
4,000. He
Maybe
almost
they-
has 5,000.
Yeah, is it a big gap?
For the people.
So he's 7 touchdowns behind the leader, but in terms of yards, he is second in yards, but not by a mile, just by like a game.
Maybe Matt
Probably
Ryan.
because he's like an X factor or something. They probably give bonuses to better players.
We'll see. Maybe Matt Ryan comes in week 17 and steals it away.
I could too. I could if it's like a 6 touchdown performance in a non-stat paying way. I could also snag it.
I don't know. Sounds like we're gonna have to be out on the look for that. What do
Yeah,
you say,
yeah.
Paul?
I think week 17 we're gonna keep an eye on that, huh?
Yeah, no, for
Yep.
sure. Yeah, you
Stat
gotta keep
patterns.
an eye on it. You gotta keep an eye on it.
Don't worry. I'm gonna clamp Mahomes week 17.
I'm only
Are
gonna
you?
throw touchdowns on a sim way.
Who's starting for you? Please don't say it's Trace McSorley.
I don't know. Might be Herbert.
You don't know?
Interesting. He doesn't know. He doesn't know his starting quarterback. That's weird.
That's something
Well, I don't
you
either.
usually.
I'm a playoff team, so.
You're supposed to know that coming into each week,
You are supposed to know that. coming
unless your quarterback gets COVID randomly.
Oh well,
Which
mine
could
I think
happen.
mine might have COVID.
Haskins does have COVID, but the Washington football
No,
team
but, like, the
organization
thing
doesn't
is,
believe in
Kirk
COVID.
Kirk Cousins doesn't care if he gets COVID,
That's true.
so just start him anyways.
Well, you see, Nate Stanley said, "Well, coach, I think this might be my week." So I said, "All right, you'll get the week 17 start." We wouldn't want
Interesting.
anything going in.
Mm-hmm. Well, whoever
I
throws
don't
a more
know who's
accurate
gonna be
pass
my-
is easier for me.
I don't know who's going to be my 2021 starter. That's the issue.
I mean,
I
Justin
looked
Herbert's
at
still young.
Herbert's stats. He has 97 throw power. You better start that boy.
97?
He's got 97.
Yeah.
Oh my!
If you don't
He has the
start
same
that
as
boy, I'll
Mahomes.
throw you a first, and I'll be starting for me next year.
Jesus.
The only way you shouldn't be starting Herbert next year is if you somehow get the number 1 overall pick and get T-Law. That's the only reason
I'm
Herbert
pretty sure
should not
Caldock
start.
gets the #1 pick.
Dude, what is Sporty gonna do if he's number 1 overall? He's got Dak signed to like a
He
long
just
term deal.
re-signed Dak.
I know.
We're gonna have
I think he
to
said he wanted that tackle.
And
Interesting.
just a
That's-
leak that that tackle is the best player in the draft, hands down.
I need to talk to
so
Sporty because someone's gonna want to trade out with him probably for T-Law.
taking that tackle first overall would not be a bad decision at all. It'd be a good decision actually because he is.
I'd trade up
very
for that
good.
tackle. I'd trade up for that tackle.
He is very good.
You think that kid's that good? Not in real life. Surely not.
Well, as
Didn't
of
you
right
make
now, it
a
doesn't mean
costume?
anything.
From at least
With
what
the
I've
flag?
seen, everyone's loves him. So
Well, that's how you end up with Jake Matthews or Luke
we'll
Jokel
see.
or Eric Fisher.
I'm not a lineman guy, but
What about that one tight end though? Everybody loves him. He's not that good.
who? Kyle Pitts? You mean
Yeah.
Noah Fant 2.0 when you could draft George Kittle or Travis Kelce playing at Penn State right now?
Mm-hmm.
But that's another discussion for another day.
People don't want to have that discussion.
No.
I
They say,
understand.
ooh, that guy runs fast.
Facts.
Henry Ruggs go fast.
Henry Ruggs do go fast.
He does go fast.
All right. So, anybody, anything else, guys, or is that we can call it there?
I just want to hear Stanton hit the ball to the moon. The Yankees are beating the piss out of the Rays. So Stanton doesn't care. But all right.
Go
I'm good.
Orioles.
I saw that, Benjamin. Yes. Ben, I'm live on the pod. We're live on YouTube right now. Do you want to say anything to Rejects?
No,
You don't want to take over? I told you I could get you a team.
I'm alright.
You sure you don't want a team?
If anyone's wondering, he's
No,
talking to
I'm alright.
nobody right now.
Ben, can you come here and tell them you're a real human being? That you exist?
They can't hear
Ben
me.
does not exist.
Come on,
Thank you.
Benjamin. Come on.
I'm alright.
Come on, Ben. Tell them you are a living human being that lives next to me.
Can they not hear me from here?
No,
No,
we
we
can
can't
hear him
hear
now.
from here. We can hear
I'm
him.
just fucking with you.
Yeah, they can hear you, Benji. Don't worry. So Benjamin is alive. He is a real human. For you haters.
How much did you pay that child actor to say he was your brother?
Confirmed. Real human confirmed.
Oh, wow.
I thought he was your pet dog or something.
That guy's getting dirty on the mound there. He's trying to throw at people now because he just gave up